Yeah, I'm good, bro. Just getting everything set up. You know how we do. Set. Peace, everybody. I hope everybody here to learn. Keep it respectable. If you disrespectful, you will be blocked. So I hope you're not wasting your time. Wasting your time being a troll. So just know that. Just know that. I like to give everybody a chance. Wait, some of my members log in. I'm just gonna talk to the people and have a conversation on some current events in life. Peace, Isis. Log on to on YouTube as well if you can. Text in the text string, tell everybody we live. We're gonna have a more talk conversation tonight as I relax, sip my wine, take me some medication from my garden. Yeah. Peace, Empress. Like I said, we on YouTube as well. Yeah, we on YouTube. Give everybody a chance to log on. Well, yeah, we on YouTube as well. Ooh, my glasses. Let me clean my glasses, y'all. I can't even see. I think that's better. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. But there's a lot of things going on in this world today. We're gonna talk about that. But it's a good day, man, to be an honorable Moor, man, and it's a lot of things going on. I told Moore I got a lot of things popping off. And I knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of time. That's why I said, when you live to your abilities, all you have to do is put the work in. You don't have to tell nobody. You don't have to beg. You just got to work. Because it always rises to the top when your will and Allah's will synchronizes. And so I told Moor, I said, once I go to the next level, I hope people ready for it. Some people may not be ready for it, but I don't care. But I said, once I find me a publicist, and once things get done and the universities and colleges and churches and all the stuff start booking, I said, you're going to only see, it's going to be one more doing that. Because I don't care about debating people and all that stuff. It's not on my radar. So like I said, I'm just getting some stuff started. Let everybody log on. We're going to have a conversation. Yep. But I must always like to start with some health. But remember, Moors, I think I sent all my members and students a little video about dandelion and how we should add dandelion in our everyday diet, especially if you drink tea. We're talking about natural things. Taking care of yourself. Drinking lots of water. You know what I mean? Like having a different spirit of love instead of everything is death. We're going to talk about it. Out of all this stuff going on today, with all this violence, all this just gun stuff, there's no way grown men, especially Moors that have children, they don't have compassion and can't feel that things have to stop. And one thing you have to stop with us. That's why I said it's a time for everything. And any man that's promoting violence, any man that allow this negative vibration going on, we part of the problem. Anybody, we promoting deaf music in today's society. It's a better way to go at these things. And I say, all the rap music today is deaf music or just sex. It's no love. There's no families coming together. Because I love rap music. Like I say, I'm a hip hopper. Don't get me wrong, but I have range. And I say, all the music they promote now is deaf music. Where's the blues? Where's the brothers that like I like this one boy. His name is he sing and rap. Under the quicksand, down to the dun 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 dun, do 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 dun dun. Down. It's a guy. It's like, where's the love? Where's the compassion? Where's the soul in music? We lost it, and all we promote is death. And that's not what we did in our communities. It was hip hop. It wasn't drill music. Yeah, we had those genres, but a lot of stuff was playing. I'm telling people, man, it's just all death. It's low vibrations. Yeah, Moor, there you go. Yep. And I love that young man's story. He got a deep story. His son had cancer. How he met Boosie, and he gave when he was touring, he gave Boosie his last couple thousand. He went on tour with Boosie. He knew Moor. It's like I said, people be having good stories, and I say cream always rise to the top. When you honorable, when your will and Allah's wills match, when you destined for success, I'm telling you, man. And so what we've done now, we celebrate ignorant shit. And we don't elevate wisdom. We celebrate kids killing themselves. We celebrate ops and all this shit. And then old men be promoting that shit. It's just sad, man. I say, damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's why I stay in my own lane. That's why I don't force no one. Most people that deal with me don't even look like me. I love it that way. because most of us will be entertained. I've gathered and compiled over 20 books. I have a company, mypdfbooks.com, moorshaberdasher.com. We have a temple in school. And I said, now I'm getting ready to allow a lady I met to be my publicist. And I've been reaching out to Moors. I said, man, before I let outside people deal with me, I try to have my own people do those services, but they don't have no skills. I tell all my people that, I say, man, you got to have skills. And like, it's positions that people can do and spread the message. And then it takes all of the people. It's like an algorithm. Everybody got to spread the message. And then it gets popular demand. And then it be sought, and then you become sought after. I told people, I said, it's gonna happen. I'm already doing it on the college circuit. I just didn't want to hire a publicist. But now a publicist want to work with me. Sat down, saw all the books, hit me up. Was like, you wrote all these books, you got your own temple. Like, you've been doing all this charity work on your own. Like, you part of the West Valley Health Summit. They looked me up. They were like, you've been doing all this stuff on your own. They was like, when they said the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school, they were like, this is you? I was like, yeah. They were like, well, who's running? I was like, this all us. And I do real charity work. I'm back in Flint, Michigan now. I pass out backpacks. Man, we had a big soccer camp at the West Valley Health Summit in Arizona. Gatorade donated Gatorade. Adidas donated headbands. So I told people, man, I was like, I used to reach out to people like, man, I need a publicist. Everybody all acting like, I'm like, okay, everybody just want to get paid and make $1. I said, as I make something, you make something. But I have a lot to offer. And they didn't want to. Yeah, it's closed down. It's run right on the street, Martin Luther King Avenue, in the neighborhood I grew up in. I'm in Flint, Michigan, right on Martin Luther King Avenue. I'm gonna buy it as soon as it go up for foreclosure. I take pictures at it all the time. The Moors, I don't like to talk about people, but the Moors be whack. It's ego. I be teaching Moors Potter temples that been dealing with me for 5 and 6 years. I still ain't went to their temple. They in there singing Kumbaya, having church. And they get all the literature from me. No disrespect. This is more that I'm surprised ain't on here. No disrespect. He be getting my literature to put up his demonstrations at the church, but never invited me to their temple. That's why I said Negroes ain't shit. Excuse my candor. They don't want to give nothing to have nobody come. They want to get everything for free. So I stay on the college lecture circuit. I go where people want me. I go to the universities. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I've been through all the fire. I go where people ask me to come. So, and when I come, I give away more than what I get. Every time. I go to high schools and stuff on my own, especially the hardest hit funds. I'm taxing them for the federal government. So they give me a donation for my time and they write the rest up as in-kind services. So if my fee $2,500, they give me $500 for my time. The rest is in-kind service for I can still come to the school and talk to the kids. Then I give them all literature and books and things. And so I'm finishing my autobiography. And a publicist reached out to me. And she was just like, I'm surprised you don't have a publicist. She said, all these people that call themselves Moors on social media, you don't have a publicist? And she was just like, I knew when I was researching you that, your heart was pure. She like, you done wrote all those books? She like, my PDF books is you? She was like, Moors Haberdasher is you? She looked our temple in school up, bbtsciencetemple.com, because she put it up. And she was like, I've been reaching out to you, but I just don't be hitting people back. I don't be knowing if they be trolls or nothing. And I looked her up. I was like, wow. And she's a publicist for a lot of people on YouTube. She a publicist for this one guy. I don't like to say people's name, an older guy. She is publicist. She'll like, look him up, check him out. She'll like, I'm his publicist. And he just be talking, arguing with people, with rappers and things. She said, you on a whole nother level of education, scholarship. She was like, this is a whole nother circuit. She's like, and you have books. She's like, we'll just repackage them. We sit down, show me the program and all that. And I'm like, I don't like to go outside of my tribe. I always like to bring opportunities to my tribe first. But if my tribe don't have skills and they want it thinking they got to be them and they don't push the product and the brand and the ones that's anointed, then I have to go with those that have the skills. Those that's going to help me to build this nation. Just like the prophet said, the European going to help you build a nation if you right. I don't have no fake degrees. I'm alumni for 2 universities. Well, actually 3. Because I went to Mott Community College. I went to Clear University here, one of the hardest business schools in Michigan. And I got my dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University, where I'm residing at now in Arizona. But it's just amazing when other people come to you that don't look like you and they anoint you. And I be telling people, I say, I don't get crazy looks. I'm in a red state. I'm the only one that actually walk around like this and be in the real places where other people be at. And I don't do it all like I'm in the jungle. I do it real nice. But if I have to be in an arena in a suit, I'm not wearing no tunic and all that. I wear my garment when it's the right time. But when I'm doing other things and I'm doing business, I'm suited and booted because I'm the Moor's haberdasher. I wear many hats. But back to what I'm saying, she was like, man, you give away suits in prisons. I was like, how do you know all this? She like, I looked you up. She like, you done unions at the Thumb Correctional Facility? I'm like, yeah. She like, people talk about you. I'm like, wow. She like, you were the only person doing that. I'm like, wow. And so it just be honorable when people that don't look like you see what you're doing and want to assist and throw an alley-oop and say, hey, the stuff that you're doing, we just package it and put it out there. Because if people paying for illiterate stuff and listen to old people argue over rap and all this and current events, she was like, hell, it's a lane for you. We talk about supply and demand. It's a lane. And see, I didn't want to have to leave the States to do this. I didn't want to leave the States. I didn't want to go to Europe and be lecturing in Europe. I didn't want to do those things. I didn't want to just be teaching at the university and don't do this. And Allah has me. So that's why I went to colleges, to create streams of income for myself. And I can make money every day. And I don't have to accept no damn check. I can go in as an asset in anything I'm doing. And you're going to have to hire my company. When I work behavioral health therapist, you just can't hire me. I already got my company, the Burning Bush Tabernacle. I already do behavioral health therapy. When they look me up, that's what you see. My nonprofit, we do all that. Alcohol Anonymous, alcohol training, to get you to recover from alcohol, drugs, mentoring, youth, adult, children, whatever it needs. Workout, whatever it is, we provide. Self-defense. I got a new whole team that we're creating, our Mufti team, our security team, where we're going to be training them with self-defense and using weapons. It's coming real soon. I got some real people coming in training because I'm not going to have the time to train everyone. So I'm having some real people come in and do some real training with our team. And so I told people this time was coming. I told people, I said, it's coming. And we got to respect what Allah touches. I've been honorable all my doings. All the videos you can see, I ain't never trying to sell nobody no fake packages. I do business. And I tell people, I don't owe anyone nothing. I do business. And I tell people, no, I don't have the best prices. I do business. You pay for what you want. And that's what I tell people. If it means something to you and you like what's going on, then you have no problem with that. Because people like to smoke the best smokes. You don't go and try to buy no whole bag of dust. You don't go to Walmart and say, well, they just tennis shoes. I'm going to get me, long as they got rubber on and they grip. You won't even be seen at Walmart buying no tennis shoes. Name on it. So when it comes to this and what we say we love as Moors and teaching our kids, and I say, you ain't gonna teach your kid nothing that you learn early, all the literature I have. Man, I have books that destroys the Eurocentric and the Negrocentric propaganda. Man, I got books that that teach you about the Moorish scientists of the world that kids don't never heard about, and a lot of adults never heard about. Scientists and doctors and scholars you never heard about. People don't be in tune. And I say, it's there. I've written literature. I've written literature. A person can do that if that's their life, that's they live. I mean, if that's what they live. I could put out literature each month with no problem. And so that's why I'm saying we only can be good as the people. I tell people 10,000 Moors giving $40 a month is $4.8 million. I have a Sunday school every Sunday, a DAP class every Saturday, and Moors won't even donate $25 a week to come. But then they'll jump on other people's pages and I correct the teachings, no matter if it's Moorish science, law, history, in 1 second and make it plain, and Moors still want to deal with a lie. That's insanity. Like I said, I have a real profession. Just like if you was going to a church or any temple, how you think the temple gonna stay open? What, off the looks? How you think the bill's gonna be open? And then the temples don't have nothing to offer. Moors being in the temples don't have fezzes, don't have nothing. We have fezzes. Our fez is handmade. Our fez come from the source. And then I anoint them. So I don't understand why Moors have a problem with donating $25 to come to class, and then we do it privately on Zoom. And you get a tax exempt receipt for every time you donate at the end of the year. And when you come to class each week, I'm giving you a piece of literature. The literature you're gonna get is gonna be way more worth than the $25 you give. You come to class every week, man, you're gonna build your library up, and I'm giving you extra books. I'm not just giving you one. You love AJ Rogers, I got all AJ Rogers collection. Who you love? I got everything. People be holding up the book called The Unknown Arab. Go on mypdfbooks.com. I have those. When you're dealing with me, you a member, so you get all that stuff even cheaper. Tavistock, we have everything that Moors need. All the literature, everything. mypdfbooks.com. And we are steady, go to Amazon. And then get on the internet, be talking that shit. I say, we don't love ourselves. Because you look at it more, you will look at me, and I'm look like you, and you will look at me like, oh, you paying me, but you give me your money away. And then they making your literature so expensive and giving these people, excuse me, a small percentage. And then when your brother creates something, and not only create something that we are already doing, reading the stuff, but make it cheaper, but still same quality, and all you got to do is download it on your tablet or go to Office Max and Staple and print it, and we don't blow these companies up, and more stay be running to Amazon. All you got to do is make a suggestion in my suggestion box if I don't have a piece of literature on there. I guarantee you I have it real soon, and you will love getting it from me, because say if a book on Amazon for $10, cheap as $10, I'm gonna have a PDF for you for probably $2, $2.50. You can go to Office Max and Staples and print it. And now not only you have it, you can do the same thing for your friend, and it'll be free. We talking about real NFTs. We ain't talking about no fake stuff. You see? Because who walk around with a whole bunch of books? I hope you ain't walking around with no whole bunch of heavy ass books. That old school shit. I know where that come from. I ain't even gonna talk about that. That's people that act like nobody can get the literature, and then they want kickbacks. No, we converted it. I have a company. We convert all books just like Google did. I'm telling y'all, you got to understand. I studied this a long time ago when I was in universities. They digitize all books. They're gonna get rid of all the science books and make them super expensive for the regular person can't get them, and then take out a lot of chapters. That's why a lot of books are gonna be reprints. I'm telling you what I know. I got just as many books as Google. I got just as many databases they do. I help so many college students, you know what I mean, get their literature from me instead of tying up their money. I parents, because I'm alumni from Grand Canyon University, and they allow me to advertise in the schools. Man, all these college students be getting their medical books, like my daughter getting ready to take her state board for her nursing degree. The book on Amazon it was only 45. She hit me up. She like, Dad, can you get this book for me? I like, I got all books. I said, go on my page. She was like, Dad, it ain't on there. I went in my database. Boop, 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 done. You know what I mean? Moors, we talk about they can't get fez. I be seeing Moors with dirty ass fezzes, but you have on a hat that costs $500, a chrome hat, or a hardwood classic baseball hat that costs $150, and then got a problem with the price of my fez. Man, stop. And when you get the fez, you get 2 pieces of literature. You get the book I gathered, compiled and divinely prepared. It's called The Esoteric Science of the Moorish Fez, and you get my book that I gathered, compared it, divinely prepared and gathered. It's the Divine Creed of Moorish Islam, and you get those 2 pieces of literature when you buy a fez. And it's plain and simple. That's why I tell people, man, it got to be plain and simple. In academia, when you're doing research, it must be peer reviewed. So when I tell people there's nothing new under the sun, you must do the research. And then when you're dealing with academia and scholarship, scholars, we come to an agreement. We don't take the word of no preacher or none. That's their religion or their belief. And your belief can be based on a lie or a belie, believing in something that can't be proven. I'm not saying you're not a good person. I never said a person wasn't a good person, but I deal with the facts and with scholarship. When a person say they're a scholar and they're a sheik, I said, well, then it's a level of understanding that you must have then. So you should agree to what I'm saying way before you would disagree, especially if you say you're a scholar. Why? Because you should have done the prereqs. And if you don't, you should not bow down in a disrespectful manner, but give homage to the higher or the supreme wisdom and be willing to learn. If not, then you operate no ego. And that's just a fact. When people say they Moors and they be asking me, what books did I read? And people be having them reading all this stuff and all that. Man, here it is. A sheik from the temple made it plain. And Moors still do their own thing. It got to be ego. What else could it be? What else could it be? They talk about all the temples infiltrated, all this, and most Moors ain't never been to a damn temple. They just like to talk rhetoric and semantics like they hear people on. Everything about the temple can be researched. And so I make it plain. And no one can deny that. No one. But people try to arbitrarily explain the science. They try to mix that sovereign citizen shit. They try to mix that European stuff. And I said, man, you're more so easy to be tricked, but that's not here nor there. It's always people gonna fall with the Titanic. But the truth will make you free. I thought we wanted to be enlightened. I thought we wanted to read. I thought we wanted things to be revealed to us. I thought we wanted things to be resurrected. We let people tell us no disrespect. I love Bobby Hemmett, but people be taking so much stuff out of context when Bobby Hemmett said, we don't need to be following people no more. Well, I say, okay, if that's true, why are y'all there listening to that? That means somebody following a certain philosophy, and then if his lecture's packed, what are you talking about? It ain't no disrespect. That's rhetoric. I'm not gonna tell nobody not to follow nobody if the person or if they following is righteous, it's divine. If they are a map, I'm always encourage people to be together. That's what tribes. That's how you create tribes from families, and the families when they create the tribes, then they become nations. Come on now. This is plain and simple. You tell. All cultures had their medicine men, they shaman. Come on, man. They tasawwuf. From Credo Matua. From some Sheikh Sufi Bamba. Come on, man. We got to understand this from our American prophet Noble Drew Ali. All down the line of the great Sufis, the great tasawwufs. So we've let people condition us to not anoint our scholars and our educators and our sheiks. Well, what's the use of having a doctor if no one's sick? What's the use of having a person that can educate you, that can work you out, that can help all those spiritual manifestations, and then have the understanding and the aptitude to build and a scholarship to be able to go in those places where most Moors can't go. Can't go in those federal buildings, put on their suit, and be like, oh, that's Mr. Khari Goodman Bey, academic, blah, 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 blah. They can't go. They're going to be going on some, I don't know. Just like Moors be talking about, always trying to tell other Moors to do things, about how different states have accepted the Declaration Proclamation. And I tell every Moor, if you feel that way, you want to hold things up and do TikToks, go to your city hall and tell the mayor about it and have it and update it. And update it. Get all your Moors in your city and go do it. But see, we ain't going to do that. We're going to make TikTok videos. We're going to just quote, we're going to read lines of books like preachers do. We ain't going to support nothing. That's why we'll never have a movement. That's the negative aspects of social media. It'd be real simple. I say, yes, Prophet did these things, and then it was done. Those proclamation declarations was done in 2012. I know what all that's about. So update it. You are more in your area, and they did it in 2012. Go update it. And like I said, when I don't wish nothing bad on a Moor Science temple here in the city, but it never be open. When it's open, you will never know. Nah, but I ain't gonna never talk about the building or nothing. But but I know the people. A lot of them, they don't be shit. Excuse my candor. And when the building go up for foreclosure, in Allah's will, I hope it don't. I hope it don't come to that. I really do. But I know how things happen in our city of Flint. I know how things happen. Things go up before closing and people get the line to you. And then you look it up yourself. You'll be like, well, man, you ain't got to lie to me. I just looked it up on the state, on the website and land bank and say it's up for back taxes and only owe a couple grand. And then I go pay the back taxes of a couple grand. And if they don't pay it in a couple of times, because in the city of Flint, I think it's 90 days or whatever. It used to be. I have to go check up on it. But whatever. Hell, I get it like that. It's supposed to be a historical building, So when I come back home, people ask me to come to their churches. They ask me to come to their gatherings. Like I said, I don't talk about a lot of this stuff because there's no reason. I just know a lot of Moors that be gathered. It be all ego. They be in there. It just be a whole bunch of people in there with rhetoric, talking that sovereign citizen stuff with a whole bunch of old paperwork. No disrespect. and I said, show me something viable. Show me something real. You can't. Show me a group. Show me the kids y'all sitting in school educating. You can't. So the stuff you're doing, you gonna want your kid to do that? Nope. Ask the kids what they want to do. They want to do something real. That's what I do. I teach kids. I teach them to be educated. I teach them to be articulate. I teach them to be self-disciplined. I teach them to be very athletic. All those things are gifts and skills. I teach them to be very, very, very proud of who they are. Never to be bullied. It's not a such thing as bullying. When you train a young man or a young woman in self-defense coming up, that's a part of life. That's one of the sciences, just like swimming. I know people that ain't never teach their kids how to swim. I said, that's sad. So you ain't teaching your kid how to swim, martial arts? No discipline. They just go to school, play video games and do all that. That's sad. That ain't training a child up. That's not. And so all these things go with it, man. I say we got all these avenues for Moors to assist. That's why when I do these videos, you'll never see me asking for donations. I had to stop that. That's why I created a school. And I said, if you want to learn from me, come to class. I've written books. and then I have a whole company that you can read other books that Moors try to act like they super expensive, that we convert to PDFs. You're more than welcome to join me private on Zoom with my members and students. We have a Temple and School page, bbtsciencetemple.com. That's our Temple and School webpage. Check us out. If y'all haven't checked ours out, check us out. You say, can you put the website? And see, Noble, and this is what my publicist was going to do. I told, Noble, all this stuff that you asking, I don't even know how to do this stuff, man. Like, I don't know how to type it on here, man. Let me see. Shit, I do not know, boy. I'm sorry. If any of my members are on here, on YouTube, can y'all type all the well? It's mypdfbooks.com. Hold on. Let me go get something out of my bag. I think I got all my business cards in my bag. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. And see, that's why when she was looking me up, she was just amazed. She was like, "This is all you?" And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." So this is it's right here. Wait, let me see. Can you see that? You can't even. Oh, there we go. mypdfbooks.com. You know, this lighting is crazy, but it's mypdfbooks.com. If y'all can see it on YouTube, I don't know if y'all can see it on YouTube, but it's right there. See, mypdfbooks.com. Let me flip it around. See, mypdfbooks.com. Books with a Z. Books with a Z. Books with a Z. Yep, but mypdfbooks.com. And then we have moorshaberdasher.com, where you can get all your Moorish American regalia and much, much more. You see how I got this Moorish drip on? What I have on here is a cotton tunic or a kuntra. This one is cotton. It's long. Some call it a tunic. What I have on my head right here is a shemag. I like to call it my Moorish shemag. What I have on it right here is my kaifa. I like to call it my Moorish halo. And you can get all this from moorshaberdasher.com. I also have them in the silk. I also have kufis and everything else. But I have fezzes on there. And all our fezzes come with the proper perforations for symbology. Once again, all our fezzes are handmade and they all are guaranteed with the proper perforations for symbology. So when I talk about the 4 holes, it symbolizes something. When I talk about that umbilical cord, that navel, that string, that mundane ball, those tassels, that 360 degrees that flows freely, even the height of your fez, even the height of your fez symbolizes perforations. 9 to the 9th power of 9. See, that's supreme Hika. That's supreme mathematics. I get A to Z with my brothers of the 5%ers. I understand that, but I come with a higher science, and it's no disrespect. But that's our company where you can get all your Moorish American regalia and much, much more. moorshaberdasher.com. You can get all your books for way cheaper that you'll get on Amazon. You can download them. We are Moorishly owned. It's mypdfbooks.com. mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z. That is books with a Z. And like I said, this is what the publisher was saying, man, I got 3 business cards. She was like, Sheik, I'm going to clean you all the way up. She was like, I was just surprised nobody even came to you yet. And then when she saw all the books, she was like, you did all these books? And I was like, yeah. I said, she was like, you got to have a degree. And my Empress on my Instagram page, man, I used to write papers. And then when I was in ministry, I love to write. I love to read. I love to study all holy books. I love law. I do it all. And most of my income comes from people that don't look like me. That's why I be laughing. I be like, okay. We're like, okay. That's why I said, no way I can be doing what I'm doing if I'm not righteous. I used to live not only I stay in Arizona, but I used to be living in Tucson, Arizona, and Marana, Arizona. When you look that up, you'll see. You'll be like, oh, he stayed out there in the country. Yeah. Just like this. Nothing but love. Everywhere I go, vibrations, vibrations. I found a metaphysical store, vibrations, vibrations, vibrations. Because there's like one of the is like, are you a shaman? Didn't say nothing else. She was like, are you a shaman? I'm like, wow. Like, yeah. She allowed to feel your energy. But this our Temple and School page, our web page. We have a Temple and School. Please check it out. I don't know. I gotta try to figure it out, man. I swear. That's why I'm telling you. That's why Noble saying he was like, yeah, this all the stuff she's saying. She like I can do a couple things for you, and she was like, just be ready. She was like a lot of people gonna be like boom because she like you're already polished. She was like, sir, you already have 10 books. She like just off your books, I can have you going to speak at all the colleges, theology schools, all this shit. Like just off of that, and she like, and you have an education. She like, you have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. She said, what the fuck is wrong with your people? Excuse my candor. And she got to holding them off like your people. And I was like, it's all good, you know? But this is our Temple and School page. It's called mypdfbooks.com. And these cards, you can just hit our QR code. You're like, I had that on your page. People that go in there and the QR code, boom, 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 boom. And she was like, and a publicist not just gonna do that. She was like, it's way more than that I can do. And she was just like, I'm surprised none of your people, came to you and got on that journey with you. When I tell Moors, don't y'all know when Muhammad Ali was banned from boxing, when he was going to speak at the college and stuff, he was doing that because the Nation of Islam was tax exempt for the federal government. He was going under the Nation of Islam to speak. Now, I've done that a little bit just on my own, without no publicists, without them put me out there in a circuit, because I know all the colleges, they have the scholars roundtables and they have funds for lecturers to come. The student unions and all that, how I know? Because I was a student. All the universities have funds for that. I know this for a fact. And so, she was like, all the fraternities, she was like, all the councils, she was like, you speak on all these subjects, especially spiritual, religious subjects, history subjects, and you gather and compile the books. She was like, and we gathered and compiled all the books. She was like, you just need a publicist. And she was like, there's plenty of platforms I can get you on. And she's showing me things, and she showed me the guy that she deals with, and she was like, and I said, I don't do things just for funds, but I understand it is about money, because when you get money, you can help people. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Meaning if the vessel is right, you can do some amazing things. You can do the things that you say you wanted to do. And the people they should give you a chance to do those things. They should support it. Not wait till everybody else support it and those that don't look like us support it. So that's where I be at with it, man. I tell everybody, be like, well, what about this? I said, I'll make it plain. The truth will make you free. Everything I do, I make it plain. I don't care if a person like it or not. That's why I don't have to apologize for nothing. Because everything, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't have a motive. I know if we do things in the right way, in an honorable way, and do things legally and lawfully, and then that's it. Because everything I do is legal. Everything. I tell people, not no such thing as no sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. I teach laws. I teach you about the Declaration of Human Rights. I teach you about the House Joint Resolution 75. I tell you, you ain't expatriating for no de facto government. I'm telling you that UCC and that UCC1 is a fraud. I'm telling you this for a fact because Moors are confused of navigating. And if Moors really want to learn and sit down, when they read, I done this, I lectured this stuff for years and years and years. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. So I don't have to say anybody specific. I say anybody that put that shoe on. This should be plain and simple. But we so crazy and we are broken people because we think somebody can give us something and make us something. Well, that's the case. That's the same thing as a slave. They're doing it. That's why our prophet said, your own brother do the same thing the European do. Say they can make you something. Think about this now. This is very clear. Can no Negro, no Sheik nationalize you or denationalize you. That'll change you from the descendant nature of your foremothers and their forefathers. If they can nationalize you or denationalize you, tell them to nationalize a Sudanese, a Chinese. Let's see that. Only thing they can do is make you a Mason. You see? So I tell people, man, it's only a matter of time. We be letting people tell us what not to do. And they don't do this. A whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of old people that they sit back and make videos and ain't doing nothing. And I'm not talking about nobody specific. I say if the shoe fit, wear it. Moore is still talking about debating. That's that New York talk. Well, debate. We can debate. I said, man, y'all niggas is still debating. What are you debating? What's understood don't need to be debated. So people putting their money to hear two men talk about what? Some books? Man, you got to be crazy. And then after people get paid to get the book, dang, you what? You gone? You gonna do it again? You got to be kidding me. That's why I said we accept. How can I say it? A little bit of smart talk. We love it. I say I get all that, but what about the building? Because there shouldn't be any ego. People should be doing things in their city. If you're from Chicago, if you're from Jacksonville, Florida, or somewhere, especially if you're from Chicago and all this stuff happening, and your focus ain't at least trying to get the pulse of your people, of the youth. Talking to a whole bunch of people, I say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. At least you can try to reach the young people. I don't give a damn how crazy they are. I'm willing to give my life for that. I'm willing to lay my life down for what I believe. I'm not afraid to go in my communities and talk to the youth. I'm not going to waste my time with no whole bunch of old men barking like no dog, living a third, fourth, fifth, sixth childhood night, like Nas said, with fat ass bellies and raccoon eyes, riding around with guns. I ain't got time for that shit. And then when you come around, your vibration is so big, your whole aura, it's like bragging. So you got to go around who you are. That's why I said you got to understand things. A prophet and angel is no good in his or her own country. We have to anoint our own people. This is universal. So the focus should be on something real, not on a whole bunch of telling nobody no books. Books is great. That's why I said it's a different from leaders. It's a different from activists. It's a difference from lecturers. Could a person be all those things? Yes. But then people have limits, because when ego gets involved, it's a whole different platform. That's why I said this is universal. I tell people I didn't go to academia and attain no degrees to go beg no one for a job, because before I had my degrees, I had jobs. I turned jobs down so much. I lived super under my means. And so, like I was saying, man, it was just an honor for a person that's not, your nationality, whatever, but we all are Allah's children. And it was just an honor, it was just an honor for the lady to even reach out to me and sit down with me and want to, take me out to lunch and want me, and just was like, think about it. And I was like, I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to make no decision right then, but I said, I'm definitely going to think about it. But like I said, I always want to give my own people the opportunity to do that and blow their platform up, because, it can be done. But like I said, right now I have to use this to make it universal. And like all the Moors that know me and been following me for years know I've been solid. All the Moors know we have a temple in school. We're getting ready to have our 3rd annual Moors Ball meet and greet in Arizona this time. We did it twice in Vegas. In Moors, I invite Moors. But, I understand a lot of us, we have ego. That's why I said movements. That's why I said I do respect the Nation of Islam. That's one thing I respect. The unity. I respect it. I respect the Nation of Islam taking brothers that might have been on drugs, cleaning them up, no matter if they under a spell of that black misnomer. It's, I understand, but I'm not here to destroy. I'm here to fulfill. I'm at a level of understanding where we got to come together. This ain't Crips and Bloods. This ain't black Muslims. This ain't 5%ers, Hebrew Israelites, Moors against each other. Not with me. This supreme wisdom. This supreme wisdom with me. This ain't no, that's like gang banging. That's Pyru, Crips and Bloods. I said Negroes be religious gang banging. And when I teach the science and I teach like the Ishmaelites, I say we Moors. The one word Tartarians that tell you what I'm saying. You go right on our company page, mypdfbooks.com, download it on your tablet. So that's the thing. Moors won't come in. Moors to jump all over the place. I said, man, I know why we're not doing this, because Moors have egos. And I say a lot of Moors are limited. And I say, you can't be a scholar, an educator, and a sheik, and if you only read, that is like a Christian only read the Bible. All I read is the Moor's Quran. Well, the Moor's Quran is a compilation of holy books. What holy books? A plethora. Brahmin texts, unto thee I grant, Akashic records, connotated infinite wisdom, a whole bunch of other manuals, a little bit mixed with Torah, a little bit mixed of the Book of Mormon. I mean, and you have to be a scholar to understand that. That's why I said all scholars, when you're on that level, they agree with me. No matter what color you are. We're talking about supreme wisdom when I say scholars agree, when I say the European agree with me. If they didn't, how could I graduate from Grand Canyon University with a dual master's degree? How? There's no way. There's no way. And I graduated with honors. So what are we talking about? See, Moors don't like that. And I said, it's a scholarship. It's a level where nobody should be arguing or debating with a person that's coming from scholarship, not just anointing themselves. You have to be appointed and anointed. It's not an election because Moors like somebody because they think they can buy some ID card. And I said, man, you've been sham, hoodwink. You fell for the Jedi mind trick. Now, when we talk about a tribe and tribal laws, that's different. Like you got to understand certain things. The rights of the indigenous people, the religious rights. It has to be set up a certain way. Not just collecting money from nobody, trying to live no certain life, because I work for everything that I get. My undergrad is in business. I understand, about being electric. So that's where I be with it, man. That's where a lot of times I say, man, we got to get better than that. Somebody will be on your page, excuse me, for hours to disagree with you. I said, man, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be respectable. And anybody on here that's learning, if any of our own people come on there and be trolls, we should be like, man, get them off the circuit. That's why I say it's a whole different sector that I want to be in. And sometimes I don't have the aspirations to do some of the things that people see or be like, ooh, I can be your publicist and have you doing all this and doing all that. If I'm not doing it meaningfully and it's just $1, man, I know how to get a bag. I know how to get a bag. I need the people. And so my own people can be my publicists. So we can do this. Not nobody outside, and then everybody be like, damn, yep, man. And I've been telling people, man, come on, man, somebody reach out. We can do this. Let's get this slide on. Let's get this interviews. I'm finishing my autobiography, man. I'm from Flint, Michigan. I'm in Arizona. I tell people I lost my brother in these streets. I lost most of all my friends in these streets. My big cousin Miguel Swain was killed right in front of my homie house, reversing the driveway. And then the homie house he got killed in front of, his brother murdered him. And then my homie, when I in high school, got his head blew off. The motherfucker that blew my homie head off when I went to school with shot my other homie in the face, but he survived. So can't nobody tell me
And then my homie that killed the brother killed his brother, that my other homie got killed in front of his house. The police killed him in front of me and my dad in an abandoned house. This all true. This ain't no fake shit. This all true. So can't nobody tell me, oh, the white man is, man, miss me with that shit. Ain't no white man coming to our community doing shit or tearing it up. We had black police in our community patrolling our city and Flint police. Back then, that's why I said I don't say names. I know all the stories. When the police killed my friend, we was all at the city hall, tearing that bitch up. Excuse my candor. Then all my friends, that West Pass shit, a lot of my friends went to prison for murder. So can't nobody tell me. I said, it's a bigger mission. What? The youth, the single moms, not no whole bunch of old dogs. I ain't got time to be. And then we got a whole business page, mypdfbooks.com. Moor should be getting all their books from us, downloading them. moorshaberdasher.com, where you can get all your Moorish American regalia. Moor should be like, yeah, let me come to class. Check out our temple and school page, bbtsciencetemple.com. Be my guest and come and join us privately on Zoom. Man, all we ask is for a $25 donation. And that $25 donation, I'm going to give you literature. The literature is going to be way more than what you give. And then you have it for life. You can print it, take it to Office Max and Staples. They'll bind it for you. And then it's electric. So your homie that's into what you into, you can let him get it for the same price you have it. Now you won. It's a bigger mission, man. And a lot of people be having these skills. I said, I do not want nobody else to take advantage of what Allah has allowed us to accomplish before I allow anybody that I'm connected to take advantage and build that platform and build it and build it and build it and do the interviews and put the work in and say, okay, man, let me see if I know people that know people, you know, to see you can, because these things can happen. I mean, especially if Moors in different geographical areas. Just like when I met a group, I'll be going to Vegas all the time, and I met some Moors. He was like, Sheik, I know 10 Moors. And then he was like, give me a minute. He like, in a minute, he like, I guarantee you I know 20. He said, Sheik, 20 Moors, you telling me 20 Moors can't give you $100? And you get a taxes and receipt. And he was like, and what he like that donation? He was like, Sheik, what you giving? He was like, man, he was like, I would have gave you $100 for the literature you gave me. I'm telling you these true stories. He's like, Sheik, I would have gave you $100 for the literature you gave me. He's like, because I looked it up. He was like, man, you gave me all this for the. He was like, you lectured, came all of this, talked to the brothers, did with the brothers, ate with the brothers, talked to the children. I got children's literature, everything, you know, built with them, showed them some real stuff to get that hate out of them, showed them how to, you know, build together and save together. He's like, man, he like the literature is worth that. And he was like, Sheik, it's no problem. He was like, so when I go to Vegas, he was like, man, sometimes I don't call, but now he made it. He was like, every time he come to Vegas, they want me to come, and I meet him at the DoubleTree. And so that's something new that I'm starting to do. And he was like, man, you got to put it on your calendar at least 2 or 3 times out the year. And I said, I will. And so I said, man, I put it on my schedule. And so 2 or 3 times out the year, I'm in Arizona, so it don't cost me that much to get there. And he was like, Sheik, we guarantee you $2,500. He was like, we don't keep you coming for a day. And he was like, for what you do? And he was like, it's enough of us. Now these men, he was like, man, he was like, look how many times we went to the clubs and bought cheap drinks and did all this in club hop. And now we say we nobles and we dealing with you and all you got and all you offer. He was like, man, we don't go to clubs. He was like, look, people go to churches and come home, talk shit about the pastor, and husband and wife get all their money to the church. And then more say they love the science. And they say they ain't donate to you. That's why I tell people we cannot talk about the churches. They love what they doing. They donate. But we say we love our science, or it ain't a temple in my area, it ain't a sheik. I'm right here. I'm an educator as well. I guarantee you, I ain't just no person that just talk that more science shit. I guarantee you, I can take your child, and if they struggling in school, if they struggling with confidence, if they say they autistic and everything, because that's one of my professions too, I bet you I'll change them. I have a little cousin that was autistic. My empress on here, she'll tell you, when I used to be around him, I had him doing everything. If I know how to relate. I worked in the whole behavioral health a center with kids from all type of messed up backgrounds, being sexual, being locked, this all type of crazy shit. My empress will tell you, she on here. I had little kids write letters to me because it's a certain thing I'm not going to accept. I'm going to talk to you. That's what a counselor does, and then I'm going to listen. And I say, come on, man. So we got to anoint somebody to help make it plain. We don't have to be confused. We want to be confused. And when people be lied to, that's confusion. It's just like when people stealing. They stealing because they don't like accountability. That's when you know people stealing. I like order. You say you some chic, I never lead you. I know, man. Once if it do like that again, man, I'm getting off of here. But like I said, man, I'm only good as the people. And I don't want to just be dealing with people that don't look like me. I don't want to be this everybody like, oh, that don't, because I'm in Arizona and other people take advantage of my skills and training and working with their kids and teaching literature and, speaking, going to their schools and speaking and things and showing them real history from no biased perspective, showing them what true Moor science is, because people think Moor science, that YouTube stuff. People think Moor science a whole bunch of people that don't pay taxes with that 1099 goofy ass shit. I said, man, you don't got to be no Moorish American to don't be tax exempt for the government. Your church is tax exempt for the government. What are you talking about? Your church is a tax exempt body. You just don't know. Your church is tax exempt from the federal government. That's why if you know how the temple is set up, the Moor Science Temple of America is tax exempt for the federal government. We have a tax ID, a membership card, and a travel ID. And all that's for the Moor Science Temple of America. And that's it. It don't replace a god dang thing. And anybody told you that, they crazy. So I don't know what people be talking about, some special this. I said, no, man, you just doing things on your own. But I'm not here to debate that. I'm just telling more support something that's real. And we don't have to give our funds to no other platform to get books and read lines. Let's do it the right way. Let's support something that's real. Let's come to class. You want the Moorish Fair? Check us out. Check us out on moorshaberdasher.com. So once I figure it out and once I have my team check on this, I hope, in the future I'll have all that, like the Noble was saying on YouTube, have all that stuff in my bio. I can do this. And I understand people be having good intentions, but people will be having job and things. And I have a demand. If you say you're going to do something, then I will want it done, especially if this is what we're doing. And so people will take things and put it on the back burner. And so that's why I say sometimes you have to have a professional to do this that can be like, oh, I know what to do with this. I know boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? That's what you have. Not a person say, man, I can do it. And I say, yes, you nice, but you ain't getting the job done. And then get mad when I say, hey, man, I understand you nice, but that ain't what we talking about right here. This is a whole different hat. We have deadlines. So that's what I'm saying as well. I understand people passion and dedication, but sometimes we can't get it done in the frame that it need to be done. And I say, we can't do that. So if a person can't be committed to be putting the work in to make that shit happen, to be on it and doing the connection and say, hey, she be doing boom, I got you scared to go here, boom, 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 I got interview, boom, boom, boom. It's no, I don't want nobody to be wasting their time trying to do something that can't be done or feel that they can't be done or don't have the time. But a group of people can get things done. That's why I said it's Moors all over. It's Moors on my page. It's Moors that's all over. Moors that go to listen to self-help people and get nothing out of it. Try to tell you how to some fake this and some pyramid scam. And I say, and all this, and I just a whole bunch of NFTs. And I'm like, dude, I said, show me your portfolio. Moors you can't. Nobody real doing nothing, walking around with no whole bunch of money. That's insane. That's show money. Like on the streets, we used to call that shit tennis shoe money. We go spend them bands on some motherfucking tennis shoes, excuse my candor, and that Club Beavers. Real talk. That shit tennis shoe money. So if we ain't gonna do something righteous today, I don't be wanting to, I don't be having no compassion to be dealing with people, man. But all of us can do this. It's Moors all over. I know Moors be like, oh man, it's 10, 20 of us. It's this, it's this. I said, well, what you doing? So with that being said, man, I love y'all. Yeah, I'm about to go down. I'm tired. I just put my new book out, man. It's the Mosaic Tabernacle. Gratitude. I just put my new book out, Mosaic Tabernacle, and the Moor Salat. And like I said, man, I was just humble, man. And I said, Moors, if we're not gonna support each other, if we're not gonna look out, I don't need to be friends. Because people think this is some entertainment stuff. And I said I shouldn't have to have somebody outside of me, you know what I mean, that's not a part of the movement to be my publicist. And all these Moors be on my page, and all these Moors be having temples and be getting my literature and shit, and talk to me behind the closed doors. But then they say they have a sheik. No disrespect, like people be saying, well, why you not their sheik? And I say, ask them. Nope, not yet. I say, ask them. I put it out there. I said pre-orders. Moors don't know how to read. That's why I be laughing. Pre-orders. And my publicist, she was like, oh, there you go. You know, she was like, oh, you got pre-orders? She was like, I'm going to have this right. She like, you got a good concept. She like, do people understand what pre-orders are? You doing pre-orders. Some people do pre-orders to try to get funding to get it, but my stuff be already done. I be trying to see who really want it. And then if I do bring money in pre-orders, then I can do some other things and, you know, maybe do some other stuff with the packaging or have the product better. And so with the publisher I'm dealing with, she want to take a lot of my books and redo them and, you know, do a lot of different other things. And I said, I don't want nobody outside doing that. I know too many Moors that know Moors all over, that have skills, that be a part of temples. You can go on these people page, be like, damn, where you at? Temple, be like, so you know my sheik? Yep. So like, so you never had my sheik come talk? No. So what you trying to do? I don't, and see, gratitude, I don't tell nobody to recommend. Noble, no disrespect. I don't recommend, I tell people to come to class. The only way you can learn from me, I'm a teacher. So if a person want to learn mathematics from me, they say, what book to learn? What book should I read to learn? It ain't no book to read to learn. When in academia, you have a certain thing we call prereqs. So if you take something and it's advanced civics and you haven't even learned prereqs to even learn the basics, you're going to be through off. Or advanced chemistry or something, and you haven't dealt with the prereqs, and somebody say, oh, get this book, or get this book in microeconomics, and you haven't even learned none of the basics, none of the formulas in micro or statistics. And I give you a book on stats. And you say, what book? I say, well, read this book on stats. Well, what a prereq, how are you gonna know what I'm talking about, the language? I tell people we don't be willing to come to school. We got into this shake-weight era, and I'm not talking about you, Noah, so please don't take it to the heart. This is what the general people ask me, well, what book should I read? And I said, what if I told you to read down Green Eggs and Ham? What if I said read Green Eggs and Ham? I said some science in Green Eggs and Ham. Oh man, he told me to read Green Eggs and Ham. Yeah, I put science out and everything. If you want to adapt, if you cool with nature. If I told you to read Confucius, or what, they'd be like, what is Confucius? If I said, you know, with things reading analogy, parable, and symbology, I tell you to read the Bible. A person be like, the Bible? Yeah. The Quran is based off the Bible. The Quran ain't nothing but a compilation. I tell you to read the Bible and the Quran of Muhammad. I'll tell you to read the Zohar. I'll tell you to read the Torah, all those. I'll tell you to read all those missing books of the Bible. I'll tell you to read the Yasher, all those things for you can have a clear understanding. But ain't nobody gonna know what I'm talking about. And I ain't even got deep into nothing yet. So when a person asks me what book to read, I'm like, come on, what you mean? A lot of persons don't ask me, come study and learn, because they want to get, and I'm not saying you again, so please don't take this offense. A person want to get something without no dedication to nothing and think a book gonna make something. And that's how people be getting in trouble, getting that damn green book with that 1099 shit. And I done lectured that shit years ago. Everything people be popping up now, ask my members, they be like, she got all this shit. He been saying it for years. I just pull it out like, boom. I lecture, they be like, you wrong, you going to jail. Boom, 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 boom. And what happened? They be going to jail. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. I don't got to say nobody's name because I know them all. We don't be willing to learn. A person say, ain't no temple in my area. I have a temple in school. All you got to do is go on my temple in school webpage, bbtsciencetemple.com. Check it out. If you want to come join us live, all you got to do is hit me up. You can be my private guest on Zoom. On Instagram, we burningbushtabernacle.ts. But I try to get everybody that's my guest and everything that I meet and everything to join us private on Zoom. So we ain't got to do none of that shit on Instagram. No, or to bring our people in, because we have the right to be private. So that's what I tell people. Just like if you want to learn martial arts and I'm a sensei, how you gonna learn? You be like, and you gonna learn looking through the window? You gonna say, oh, I want to learn, and what book can I read to learn? My students gonna laugh. They're like, it ain't no book that you can read to learn. They be like, you got to come and study. Your body got to be conditioned in a way to even know how to stand. You got to know how to breathe. All these things that come, we work out all this stuff together on Zoom. So all these things that come with the body within, we gonna look out. We trying to reach out to a fucking book that man wrote. That's why I say, man, we still don't like to give credit to our anointed ones. We say, oh, I studied with my ancestors. We say, what ancestors? What if your ancestor was illiterate and didn't know how to read? So what they did? So they teach you something spiritual? Nope. So if that's the case, they taught you something spiritual. I'm the same as them. So you're not going to, so when the flesh is gone, I'm not going to be an elder to all those that was around me. Yeah, that's why I be saying we got to get out the past and get into the future. We got to, like I said, like Credo Matua said, I love all that, but we don't pray to dead spirits. A medicine man, a shaman, a prophet, an angel, based off our 101s, is someone clothed in the flesh. What we tripping on it and consecrated. We don't like that. Especially to my brothers in temples, especially to my brothers in temples, especially to all my brothers in temples that follow me, that get my literature, especially to all y'all. No disrespect. If they don't like what I'm saying, that's fine. I'm coming with love, especially to all my brothers in the temples that go in the temples that be having to understand it and won't share with everybody in the temple. So I'm like, he just going to church, just take pictures. And then won't admit that the people they under have ego. But then they stay in it. And they never come to class. They'll never come to Sunday school. Ask any of them. Anybody ask them, say, do you know Sheik? Jump on anybody on here, YouTube and everything. Ask anybody, put the question out. Do you know Sheik? Ask them how long you been following them. And all they say, when you go to a temple, ask them, have they ever came to class? Ask them. They'll be like, no, I ain't never went to Sunday. I ain't never do that. I go to my temple. I'm part of temple such and such. I go here every this, act and this, but and this day and they do this. But they get all they with literature for me, and they want all my books. They temple ain't putting out shit. None of the literature, none of the more science books they even have. They temples ain't producing shit. The sheiks ain't even producing no literature. The sheiks, they can't produce no literature. They ain't scholars. They in there arguing, talk about some old shit, read some old bylaws. That's church. They're not even communities. I don't even see no Moors in the communities. All the motherfucking temples in Chicago, all the Moor science temples in Chicago. Man, you got Moor science temple all in Chicago, different areas. Them Negroes don't even deal with each other. Real shit. Excuse my candor. You be, oh, it's the holy day, all this. You motherfuckers ain't having one big gathering. It's all that damn goofy ass ego. But I don't want to be part of that shit. That's why I created a school. I make that shit plain. Moors be trying to mix all that out. Islam, which I have no problem with what your personal beliefs is, but don't say that's no more science. Because the prophet set the temple up a certain way, and I done showed you and demonstrated what this more science is. The reason why Moors ain't taking it abroad and they talk about they part of temples and all this, because it's ego. I know too many Moors part of temples and be getting my literature and everything and still haven't invited me to their temple. But to get my literature and use my literature for their demonstration. That's what I'm telling you. How I know? People don't think I know people. I start dropping names down. Just like my elder was like, he like, you're doing everything the prophet was doing. He was like, the people supposed to support. We have mypdfbooks.com where you can get all your literature. So I don't understand it. Moors, like I said, why don't Moors want to donate and come to class? And so that's why I say the reason why Moors is lost, and it's easy to look up somebody and they talk about they doing this and they nationalizing people and they canceling some corporate debt. And I said, that's a cold war for criminal. So you ain't doing no contracts. That's all contracts not bad. All contracts not bad. But you let people talk about some corporate contracts because they ain't have nothing. All these pointers. And I said, dude, how somebody gonna tell you to do so? Tell them to do it. Why you ain't gonna tell nobody all the stuff these people telling you to do and you could do this? Why they ain't demonstrating it? Tell them to go do it. Tell them to show you that they did that. Tell them to show you that they got something out of all that shit they was doing. See what that criminal shit. Moore's on the internet with some 1099 shit with awesome green book. I said, man, that's not more science. That's why I be laughing at them Europeans that be making them pages calling Moors moops. Talk about all those other Moors that be doing all that shit, getting their cars took. Bet you they ain't gonna come to me. Because most of them is European Masons and most of them part of the Philosophical Research Society. I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society as a scholar, an educator. And when I go there, my feds are not defiled. I know all them when I went down there, all them excuse my Canada, them Negro Masons and them a Greek fraternity brother was all down there shook. When I used to be on Instagram long time ago on YouTube, and Moors be like, oh, they'd be like, man, one dude's like, man, he too knowledgeable. He a Freemason. He a potentate. And then one of the emperors is like, if he a potentate, you should be able to look his charter up. Just like I looked your charter up, just like you, Abule. She was like, all that shit. She was like, you can't try to put that shit on that sheet. Because see, Steve Coakley told you, just like our prophet told you, the Negro is not, the European is not the joke of masonry, the Negro is. And people be mad. I say this supreme wisdom. You get introduced today. It's a whole new world. When you on the level of academia, you get introduced to these things as scholarship. That's why I have a lot of things that people in their lifetime will never hear of. When I talk about the Abramelin, the Magi, I bet you nobody know what I'm talking about. Abramelin, the Magi. They may, but that means you connected somebody that really, you be like, yeah, you hold something dear to them. You hold their spirit in your heart. They probably your spiritual guide. I'm sure they have to be if they own that understanding. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. God, Allah works through man, through woman. We got to know this. How can a woman say they love God they never see, but hate man that represents the great God of Allah within a vessel? How are we going to know the essence of a God man or a God woman? How? If you can't see it with your eyes and touch it. Come on, man. Then just like me and my dad was talking yesterday, when I tell people, most Europeans know I'm not no Islam Muslim. She said, you dress just like the biblical scriptures. This is a tunic. In the Hebrew lexicon, it explains everything I got on. My tunic, my turban, usually with the jewel on it, usually with the girdle on it, my sash, the gold earrings. It's in the biblical scriptures. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Other people adopt our dress. And then the kufi, AKA, that's a bonnet. It's in the biblical scriptures. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. A lot of us just not have studied. We got a lot of anger in us. We got a lot of people telling us things and they're not coming from supreme wisdom. In more science, Allah and man is one. Man was made in the image of the great Elohim. That has nothing to do with color. Oh, so you think some fucking, excuse me, devil made this white man or this? No, the great God made the black bear and the polar bear. Made all different type of flowers. You're gonna be that biased in your understanding. Made all different type of insects. Are you asinine? What's the difference? Is condition and how you been raised and the heart of man or woman. We got to understand that. We're not going to belittle the creator, no matter what you believe or understand, and be that biased in our understanding. Because your own people can be so cruel. Your own kind can be so cruel. Your own kind can say they support you and don't. Your own kind can go run to other platforms and do these things and get hurt and let down. And people be like, well, he been there. All Moor should want to come to school and learn private. All Moor should be getting their literature from us, getting their feathers from us, learning because we're here. So with that being said, man, I love y'all, man. I give honors and love. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to be lecturing. I'm going to try to go live, but I don't think they'll allow me to go live. I don't think, I'm not going to, gratitude, Noble. I'm not going to disrespect their privacy because I'm illuminating something for them. I was asked to do it, but after it, I don't know, man. Like I just said, Moors have to reach out. I'll lecture on, if Moors, all you got to do is come to Sunday school. Come to Sunday school and come to adapt class and you'll get all of it because I'm teaching it to my nobles in adapt class. Moors missing the whole series. I'm doing Law Governs All Events. Moors missing the whole series. I'm just making it so plain. You will learn so much and be like, huh? And it'd be so simple. I guarantee you. So I'm open, and like I said, now we do ask for a small charitable contribution of your choice. If you don't have $25 each to give, you think I'm not gonna let you come to class if you give a donation from your heart? But I guarantee you, the $25 that you give is gonna convict you, not me. If you only have $5 and that's all you have, that $5 is just as good. That's the analogy of a cheerful giver when a person feel good about something. Not when nobody making you feel bad about something, make you feel convicted like, oh, I got to do this. No, you should want to, like I said, a workman is due is higher. Just like we was talking about the average American, they a tip for bad service. The average American, they give $5, and I'm not saying everybody because some people don't tip at all. But I know a lot of people, no matter if the service is good or not, they a tip. They a tip at least $5. And then some places they have gratuity already in it. And your service can be terrible as hell. And so when Moors be saying, I'll be feeding them and I'll be doing all this, I shouldn't have to ask. It should be simple. Moors got my information, how to donate. Damn, yeah, my throat dry as hell, man. I gotta get another water. So that's all I'm saying. But I love everybody, man. I give gratitude. I hope Moors really, really get out their ego, especially Moors in temples, especially the Moors that I deal with, especially if you're a Moor, you want to learn. There's no book that I can put you on to learn. Moors got to stop that. Don't think it's no magical book. Stop listening to all these people that's talking all that rhetoric and they using that linguistic apartheid over you. They can't come to me with that. I'm gonna destroy that shit. And the only reason why I say destroy, because when you have to destroy something, if a person don't want to be illuminated and they only bring that type of things, and I'm not saying nobody a fool, they only bring that shit to people that they know don't know. They're not gonna bring that because in a court of law, there's no excuse of not knowing the law. You can't arbitrarily explain something to me in no court of law. I don't want to hear that. You can't come to me with all of them ready. We can do this, we can do this. And after you talk all that shit, I'm gonna say, okay, well, let me see, have you done it? No. These people don't be driving. These people don't own nothing. These people don't do nothing but put their name on things. So you can't be mad at me. And then they get mad after people done things and took people and burned their houses, especially when people know these certain people created some fake Moorish American consulate talking about they nationalizing people, and they know they've done that. These people in China know they making some fake passports, know that. I know other brother that was squatting in empresses' houses. He was all on the news, and he ran to China. But I don't use no people names. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. It's another brother that be on Instagram, and a lady hit me up crying. I will say his name. No, I ain't. I want to so bad though. But anyway, he on Instagram talking about got some foreign woman, Chinese woman, talk about some national document. And I'll be like, this is a character. And people be falling for that shit, be all in the inbox, ooh, we can do this. And I'm not even gonna say the name because it ain't even worth me saying it. It's for whoever. He jumped on my page one day, I ripped him a new asshole. I said, I wish you would. And I hit him all up. I said, I know what you're doing. That's why I said, you can't come to me wrong. Oh, Sheik, I love what you're doing. No, you don't. You don't love what I'm doing. Because if you pay attention to what I'm saying, what I'm saying goes against everything you doing. I don't know who you think you fooling. I ain't condoning none of that shit. If I know you on some scandalous, criminal, fraud shit, I'm cussing your ass out off the dribble. And if you've been following me, and if like you say you are, you already know. You ain't even gotta assume with me what I'm about. You ain't even gotta guess. You ain't even gotta assume. All you gotta, if you've been tuning in, you know I'm right. You know I'm righteous. You know I'm clean. You know that. You already know that. No scam. I do businesses, and the workman is due is higher. I don't have the best prices. I'm dedicated, and we should be supporting this. Any questions, man, before I lay it down? Before I lay me down to sleep? But I give gratitude, man. I really do. I really do. Out of all of everything that we go through, just as nobles, as noble men, I give gratitude. Because the fight is with our own people. My fight is not with Europeans. When you get to another level, they sons of Muslims. I tell people this honorably. They're sons of Muslims. No, I'm not going to ask them no question, man. I can't do that. I'm not. I really can't. With all respect, I don't like people just to be asking me questions, and people get in trouble, and they be having a court-appointed attorney on retainer. I say people be asking me questions. They have sheiks, and so let me ask you a question. Are you part of a temple? The person say yes. I say, do you have a sheik? The person will say yes. I say, well, the question you ask me, why don't you ask your sheik? And then I say, do you give your sheik donations each week or to your temple? They say yes. And I say, well, why you don't do that with me? And then people be getting mad when I say that, but want me to answer all their questions. And I'm not, no disrespect. I'm just no disrespect. And I say, well, have you asked your sheik these questions? Do you give your sheik donations? And do all that, but they don't give me none. And more want to ask me a million questions. See, nobles. He said, we'll have an instruction manual on Salah. That's why I'm saying if Moors read, they'll know. That's why, no disrespect. That's why I know Moors don't read the Al-Quran and everything. They just read a compilation book. Because that is the instruction manual. It's very plain. It tell you what the Al-Salat is done. Standing up. Like, that's why I know Moors don't read. That's why I said Moors be wanting a cheat sheet, and I'm not saying you. They said an instruction manual. I am the fucking manual. Damn, that's what I be telling people. They be wanting instruction. I am the manual. That's what I be saying. Allah and man is one. I done read the science. I'm telling you, then we want a manual. I come to class. All my members know what I'm talking about. Moors be a part of the other stuff. They want to take shit to their temple and then like, oh, this. No, bring me to your temple. I am the fucking manual, but we ain't gonna do that. I just told you the clarity. I cleared up for you and your people. I cleared up for you and your people. The science is clear. It tell you what the al-salat is. It tell you what the other salats is. Tradition, it don't know no specific. Al-salat is done away. You got other salats done prostration, done other simple ways, but the al-salat is specific in the Quran. That's all I be saying. I be telling people, treat me like the people that be treating you. That's why I said, hell, people to be donating to their churches or their temples, and they have to say it ain't no good, but then be on my page and thing and say they love what I'm doing and won't even give a donation, and won't give nothing, and won't do none of the sort, and no disrespect, and then be want the manuals and everything. I said, I'm a teacher. Come learn. Come to class. Oh, why don't people, just like if you was going to school and you part of a school and you go to a school and you failing and you don't want to be part of an initiation that can help you learn. That's a part of a brotherhood. And then as you learn, you be like, man, I don't need to be part of this no more for pageantry. I just need to be dealing with this. I need to be supporting this brother. But if you just like going for the hell of it, then, you know, so be it. That's between you and Allah, not me. That's between you and Allah. But I'll be saying, here it is, I'm a universal. People call me sheik, and that's why I say, just like your mother. Your mother is your mother. I'm a sheik to my people. And then if people will, I take praises where praises is due. But then if that's what, treat me as such. And I tell people, treat me as such, but we don't. So that's what I'll be saying. Hell, I don't be asking for much. This movement can be done. I have members, I have students. We do real things. I invite Moors to be part of it. But Moors be trying to give me the third degree, want me to ask questions and be asking me this. And I be like, you getting ready to go to the temple Sunday or whatever day, or Friday, whatever days you go. Why the stuff that a person asks me, they don't ask they sheik? Let me tell you why. Because they sheik don't know. I guarantee you. And people tell, I don't care about no damn views. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Some views? Views what? What the view? I tell people most of my lectures is done on college campuses. That's why I be laughing at when I teach the European No. I did a whole lecture about the true Arab, A-R-A-P, not Arab. Blew they fucking mind. I said, we know who the Arab really is. All professors, all scholars. And I use their sources. I said, I don't even have to come from our perspective. I did a whole lecture about anti-Semitic, what they try to say, use their paper and show them where it came from. Used all the Jewish encyclopedias, prove my point off the dribble. They are with their jaw wide open. Yeah, I know. Scholarship. I did a whole dissertation on the Book of Mormon, showed that how Joseph Smith plagiarized that from the view of the Hebrews. Yeah. Show how Islam ain't nothing but a Catholic, a catechism. Yeah. Can't be mad at me. I show you how the Jews, which we are, Hebrews, whatever you want to call it, Muslims, they all did a prayer. We did the prayer standing up. You remember, it's in the Bible and the Quran, what? Morning, noon, and at night. It's in the Bible. That's why I be laughing at people. I said, ain't nobody reading. I know ain't nobody reading. Morning, noon, and night. And when they really prayed out for the slave to go out, that was for your time to rest. It's in the Quran. I references the ayats in my teachings. I reference all this stuff. That's why I said nobody can come with no slander. I say, I hear you, but I'm Orthodox. So I can care less what a person's saying. I understand. That's how I got my degree in the libraries all night. I studied their scriptures. I studied their books, all the ones that's hidden, all of them, all the religious books. And then I research society, my connections at the Philosophical Research Society, all those things opened another avenue. Library of Congress, all those opened up another avenue. My connections at Harvard and Oxford and Cambridge, like, man, they have esoteric libraries. I get the literature. Even all the Europeans, Adam Blavatsky, when I say the European agree with me, they give all credit to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm telling you. So, I'm about to get out of here, man. I love y'all. But like I say, Moors, support something, man. Get some literature. Check out mypdfbooks.com, book with a Z. Check out moorshaberdatra.com. You can get all your Moorish America regalia and much, much more. Check out our Temple and School webpage. It's bbtsciencetemple.com. How do you get through the class? Listen what I said, Noble. Check out our Temple and School page. You can leave a message on there. It's bbtsciencetemple.com. If you want to join us privately on Zoom, listen clearly. All we ask is for a $25 donation. My Mufti's gonna get right. My Mufti's gonna get with you. We'll give you the Zoom access. You can join us live, but we need your information. You're gonna get literature after every class. You don't have to be a member. I want you to see what we're all about, because when we become a member, then it comes commitment and dedication. No matter if you come to class or not, we have dues. It's, you know what I mean? We building something and we have a lot going on. But Moors are welcome to come to class. We ask for a suggested donation. But if you don't have that, and say if you just have $5, you're more than welcome to come. If you got $1, you're more than welcome to come. But I hope you don't look for rotten apples to give off the ground. Just being cheap. I hope we don't do that and then go give our money to things that's meaningless. And we say we love this. I hope we're not playing that game. And I'm not gonna let nobody do me like that. I'm gonna go right on your Instagram page and look at you and see all the extravagant things you do. I'll be like, man, you playing with me. And all I'm asking is something that a person drink nasty drinks in the club. So yes, Morris, you're more than welcome. Right now, yes, anybody can be my private guest on Zoom. All we ask is for is a $25 suggested donation. That's all we ask for. You can hit our Temple and School page up, bbtsciencetemple.com, or yeah. And it let you know how to donate. And my Mufti, probably Lamarck or Alonzo will get back with you. But if you want to be my special guest, because you own my page and I'm inviting you and I'm letting you be my special guest, all we ask is for is a $25 donation. You can donate $25 to Cash App or my PayPal, and then just send me your information to my Gmail, and then I'll hit you right back. I'll say I'll give you this before Adapt class Saturday and before Sunday school. I'll give you the Zoom login. I'll give you the Zoom login. I'll give you the Zoom login, and you can log in the class. And then I'll PDF you the literature. That's how I let you be my personal guest. Any other way, you have to go through the Temple and School page, bbtsciencetemple.com. But if any more want to be my special guest, my Gmail is Goodman, GOODMAN, Khary, KHARY, @gmail.com. Goodman Khary @gmail.com. Yep. And my Cash App is Cash App $KGBay. Or my PayPal is paypal.me/IBNAELBEY7. And if you do want to come to class both days, once you donate $25 to either my Cash App or PayPal, send me an email. Like I said, say, hey, you be like, hey, Sheik, this is such and such, gratitude for the teaching, blah, blah, blah. I donated $25. I would love to come to class. And then I'll be like, okay, because I don't know all the Zoom stuff in my head. And I say before Saturday and Sunday, one of my Muftis email you the Zoom log, and they'll email you a piece of literature that we'll be covering. Because we still in law governs all events in Adapt class. And I got a new subject screen in the Sunday school. So any questions, man? Any questions? Moore's got all the time to ask me things on here. I'm telling you, I'm not going to read the emails. If anybody hit me up and it ain't something specific on here what I'm talking about, I'm going to delete it. Because Moore's just be wanting me to ask questions and ask all that. I'm not doing that. With all respect, I'm an individual and I can tell people how to deal with me. Moore's best be hitting me up with long ass dissertations. And then I got to read all that shit. They want me to respond. Hey, man, I hit you up, but you ain't answer my question. What? Damn, ask your Sheik. And Morris won't even send no donation. Like, hey man, I sent you a donation. Make me even feel better about taking the time, getting out to build my empress and doing all this. Morris be hitting me up. I'd be like, man, we on a 3-hour different time zone. Well, Sheik, what about this? Or what? I'd be like, come on, man, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. And that's why I be saying, I done opened the floor. We're going to see how many more donate $25 to come to class. We're going to see. And then whoever come, all the information they get and the wisdom they learn. And I show and I explain how Moors can come to class and how to donate. I was playing. That's why I said I'm not going to be wasting my time, because it's too many Moors that have been following me for years and years and years and just be playing and won't come to class. Or they'll be like, what book should I read? You don't even like to read. If I told you to read the Bible, you ain't going to read it. You know, we're trying to get a quick fix. You got to come to class to learn. And we got to, I just don't understand why Moors don't want to donate any type of funds to do nothing. So I leave that with that, man. I'm done, man. Nobody, I said I'm not going to answer a whole bunch of questions. I just was playing. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, because a lot of things mean nothing. But who am I? Life is an infinite experience. Every day I fucking wake up, it's an infinite experience. When I breathe the breath of life, I want to breathe the breath of life just like some people want to eat, just like some people want to do other things. I want to, I have an infinite inspiration and divine understanding every day. When I breathe that breath, when I lay my head down and when I wake up and when I go to and fro, I don't need nothing special. It don't need no special. I don't need no magical clothes over my head, no special, this is something special. My life is special. Everything I do every day is divine. I don't need no special event. Everything I do is special. That's why I say I live a monk life. So your essence, everything that you do is divine. And there don't nothing special have to happen. Your essence, your electricity, your melanin, that activation, when you activate your ajani, that's it. But we looking for something outside, a dream. And I say, man, no. Yes, you got to figure out the dream world. But once you figure out the dream world, then what? Because if the dream world is what we live in, then regular life should be simple. I'm out.